This is Linda. I'm coming to you today from the community garden. I'm in zone 6A in western New York. We've had a lot of rain, probably because of Hurricane Henry coming through. Um, the garden is just a little crazy this year. I don't know if it's because we've had so much rain or because of the humidity. We've had some days that it's just been hot and humid. So today is a sunny day with no rain. So I am going to check on my fall garden. I planted some seeds, some carrots. I'm trying to remember what else that I planted. I planted some green beans. I planted some beets. I put up some TPs for the green beans to grow up on. And I have some green beans from a previous planting that I'm going to see if they need to be harvested. So with green beans, keep them well harvested. Same thing with, squash and some other things like cucumbers. Keep them well harvested, and that way the plants will continue to produce. So I'm going to bring you over to my garden bed and show you what I got going on there. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, I'm over at my beds. This is the first in my bed. I used to have my onions in there, and that definitely needs to be planted. So I'm going to have to ponder what I'm going to do in there. I do not want that to fill up with weeds. Now, this is my fall garden. I'm very pleased. I put up these teepees, planted 2 varieties of pole beans, planted some beets, planted some nap cabbage for my son-in-law who loves kimchi, and then I just planted some pepper plants. I had some transplants left that I hadn't planted anywhere, so I stuck those in, and I'm very happy. Look, here are my beets. Of course, they'll need to be thinned a little. And I put in 2 varieties of beets. This one is called Ruby Queen. And here's the row of the other beets that I planted. And this beet is a white and a red. It has a very pretty pattern. It's CHIOGGIA beets. And look at my pole beans. I planted Blue Lake and Kentucky Wonder, and they're all coming up. Now, even if I don't eat these beans, the beans are great to put nitrogen back in your soil. That's something you want. Always keep in mind that your soil is a living thing. And these TPs are easy to make. This has got 6 poles. I think I might like even 8 poles. And see, I just tied it up at the top with a bit of, garden twine. And that way it folds flat when I want to store it for the winter. And here's what's going on with my Napa cabbage. It's looking beautiful. So I'm praying no bunny rabbits find it. And here are my peppers. And they've got little nibblers off the top, so that would be either bunnies or deer. I have not enclosed my garden in any kind of netting or, chicken wire or anything like that. I've had garlic growing and onions growing, and that has deterred the animals. I don't have as many marigolds or nasturtiums or things like that you should plant to keep the bugs away. So every time you garden, it's a rethink. What did I do well? What didn't do so well? What am I going to plant differently next year? These little buggers here are celery root. Grows under the ground as a big ball, and you peel off the outer skin And then you oil it up or cook it up or do it like celery. Here's this one little plant that's showing off. Got a pepper on there, so we'll see if any of the other ones take the challenge. This is my dill, and this is a volunteer, which means the birds planted it, they ate it and pooped it out. So volunteers, those plants tend to be pretty hardy because they've been eaten by an animal, gone through their digestive system, been pooped out into the soil, and found their way into making a plant. So right here I've got some brown dill seeds. I'll probably harvest those because I'm into making pickles and things like that. Some of the things that I pickle besides cucumbers is yellow squash. I do like a refrigerator pickle. So that's a nice handy way to use up an abundance of yellow squash. My tomatoes this year have not done well. And they're starting to put on flowers and tomatoes, you can see in there, but we may run out of season. I don't know. September could be just very hot and they'll catch up. I don't know. Nature seems to know what they're doing. I'm just, experimenting. So here's some more of my tomatoes. Get the leaves out of the way so you can see. I got tomatoes here, and I've got some flowers, and we got lots of bees. So it's a little bit crazy. I've got an orange tomato here that I'm going to harvest, only because I don't want the animals to get it. Are you thinking BLTs? Me too. And then at some point I'm going to go and take all these brown leaves off and things like that. That will get more oxygen to the plants and it will help with any kind of disease. But I got some empty spots in here that I might, stick some herbs in. Maybe some chives, maybe some thyme. Those are all perennials, so I can stick them in that spot and not really worry so much about it. This I'm going to put like a little stake in. This is another volunteer dill, but I'm just going to put a stake on it so I'm not rude and overgrow my bed. And I got a bunch of cantaloupe in my Three Sisters garden. This is Hale's Jumbo, and see them all? I don't exactly know when they're done. I'm hoping it's like with a watermelon. You check out this little tendril here, and when that's brown, it's ready to harvest. But we'll see. It's the first time I grew this, but I think I'll grow this again. I'll have to look on my label and see if it's a hybrid. So every year I plant something little different, which goes along with nature, because every year she gives you a little bit of different kind of weather. These are my yellow wax beans. I just harvested a bunch of them. And I got to remind myself to let some just hang there for seed. I think I'm going to put a piece of painter's tape, blue painter's tape, on a couple of these beans, so I remember not to pick them, that they're to let to go to seed. Because when I get in the garden, I get a little zealous. Now this is a squash, not sure which one. And look, we got eggs of some kind here. I don't know what those are. Probably nothing good. And this is my green beans growing up the pole. And even if I don't eat them, they're putting nitrogen in my soil, so they can stay. Canada crookneck. This is a new one for me this year. I got those seeds from Baker Creek. The bees are loving it. You can see them humming. I've got regular bees and bumblebees, and they absolutely love this hyssop. I don't know if you can hear the bee buzzing over my loud voice, but... And then purple coneflowers going crazy. Need to cut some of those seed heads off so I've got more seeds. And this is my rhubarb that I was letting go to seed. And here's what the seed head looks like. And I'm just going to cut that off because there are some seeds there that are plantable, but I think the birds are getting them. Now, this is also part of my fall garden, and I showed you when I planted this a couple of different varieties of carrots and some spinach and some bunching onions. And look at all my little germination going on. You can kind of see where the seeds have come up, where I told you I put vermiculite in there. So that's what that shiny stuff is. But I got carrots to sprout, so all you guys having trouble with carrots, now here are little flicks of my bunching onions, carrots. I've got a little bit of spinach in here. I got everything labeled so I know what it is. So I'm happy with the fall garden. Little coneflowers. And these brown ones, these little tops, if I can get in there without a bee getting at me, are where the seeds are. So you wait for them to turn brown and mature, but the birds also wait for that to happen, and they'll eat your seeds. So it's a timing thing. I'm going to let my Canada butternut squash grow into this empty spot of the cultivating garden. It won't hurt that garden. There's good soil there, and it needs to spread out. I got a little zealous in planting squash, but so here's some more green beans and some yellow beans growing up the trellis. So all is well at the community garden. I'm going to water this squash definitely, and you know, my little seedlings, we had a lot of rain yesterday, but I never know if the time I get out to the community garden is going to coordinate when there's rain. So if I'm here, I'm going to water. All right. And like I always say to you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening.